Tyreek Hill, like many of us, woke up Sunday and prepared himself for the day. For Tyreek, it was the opening game of the 104th season of the NFL as he entered the stadium in his vehicle. A present reality for many Black Americans materialized.
Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. 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 What part of God don't you understand? Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin. When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand?
I'm getting out,
You understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you. You're a
out.
little fucking confused.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late.
Chill,
Too
bro.
late.
All right, bro. Take
Too
me to
late.
jail, bro. Hold on, twin. Hold on, bro. I just had surgery on my knee. I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro.
I just had you in your ears when we go there with the window down.
Chill, bro.
The experience of Tyreek Hill reflects some of the deepest fears of many Black Americans across the United States. Whether they, like Tyreek, are on their way to work or on their way to see family members, what happens when those red and blue lights begin to flash behind you? And what if the person behind those red and blue lights has bias? A bias that is enshrined with municipal authority, that is backed up by institutional power, and further backed up by structural reinforcement. What is the solution for Black Americans? And what happens when cameras aren't nearby? And what happens when cameras aren't enough? What are the solutions that politicians, legislators, and city council members, those responsible for coming up with law, what are these solutions that they are coming up with to solve these issues, particularly those who are running for the highest office in the land? Beyond health care, economics, and the everyday needs of Black people in the United States, what remains unresolved is the issue of police. So where is Kamala Harris and Donald Trump on this issue?
We have to have strong protection in our country, or our country's going to wither away and die. We need a military. We need our great police to be loved and respected, and they will be again. Right now, if somebody does something that's a little bit on the tough side to stop something that's very bad, they end up losing their pension, their life, their car, their house. They lose their job. They lose everything. We're going to give immunity to many, many people so that they can do the law.
When Tyreek Hill and the Miami Dolphins visit SoFi Stadium in November, many things will change. They will have flown from the East Coast to the West Coast. They'll be in a new city, Los Angeles, the city of angels. They will play in a stadium that is not their home field. But for team members like Tyreek, many things will remain the same. The Bureau of Justice Statistics finds that Black people are more likely to be pulled over, arrested, and searched than they are to be given a citation for the same reasons that they were pulled over. Studies also find that Black persons in the United States, more than any other demographic, are likely to pass away as a result of police interaction. This allows one thing to remain true: that whether you are at the top of your field in the NFL, or standing on the street corner in the inner city, or even sitting in your glass office in the Fortune 500 company, if you are Black in America, you are exposed to certain precarities. Precarities that do not go away because of your achievements or the number of degrees that you happen to earn. As Black Americans, we believe in and move as a community. One band, one sound, if you will. We believe it is important to bear witness, even if that witnessing troubles our soul. It is important to us that in moments of crisis, that anyone in our community that is experiencing duress knows that they are not alone. However, when interpersonal, institutional, and structural bias align and male bravado is on display, even the act of witnessing and extending care is refused.
You're parked in the middle of the street.
I'm in the car.
You gotta go before you get a ticket.
Hey,
I'm
you're
not
in the car.
I'm not
Who's the driver?
This is my car.
All right, move.
All right, I'll take that.
You gotta move right now.
Coming, man.
Let me have your license. You're gonna ticket too.
I'm coming.
Let me have your license. You're gonna ticket. Let me have your license.
I'm leaving.
I'm not playing. Let me have your license.
Leaving. Yo, what's
your
going
license
on?
right now.
Sir, what's going on,
your license
man?
right now. You're not gonna give me your license?
Hey,
You're not gonna give me your license?
I'm leaving.
Let me have your license. Your license right now.
Sir, you want me to
Hey,
leave?
your license right now.
I'm leaving.
Or I'm gonna lock you up.
just told
Your
me to
license
leave.
right now.
He just told me to
Your
leave.
license right now.
Sir, he just-
You're dealing with me now.
Sir.
Your license right now.
So, what is the proper solution? And what do we know to be true?
It is outdated, it is wrong-headed thinking to think that the only way you're going to get communities to be safe is to put more police officers on the street. What we have to do, and what we will do, is reimagine public safety in a way that you understand you want a safe community, you have to invest in the health and well-being of that community. What am I talking about? You can go to any upper middle class suburb in America and you will not see the kind of police presence you see in other neighborhoods. But what you will see are well-funded public schools. What you will see are high rates of home ownership. What you will see are families who have an income that allows them to get through the end of the month without worrying about whether they can feed their children. What you will see are small businesses that have access to capital. What you will see are families that have access to health care that they can afford and mental health care that they can afford. So if we want to build safe communities, we need to invest in the health of communities.
What Kamala Harris is saying here is correct, and is backed up by the American Journal for Public Health, the American Psychological Association, and the Center for American Progress. When we say Black Lives Matter, it's not a chant. It is an invitation to engage in call and response with us. When we say Black Lives Matter, we are looking for life-sustaining resources in our communities. When we call Black Lives Matter, we are looking for the response of police to hold their own colleagues responsible as opposed to participating in de-escalation. However, this may be more easier said than done. The Federal Bureau of Investigation in 2006 found that law enforcement units across the nation were and are being infiltrated by those with extreme views. And the FBI was concerned because those with extreme views would carry those views out in the same communities they policed. There is a lot on the line here. What Trump is saying he will do if he is reelected presents a clear and present harm for Black people in the United States as well as many others within the nation. An example, the National Center for Women in Policing has made clear that 40% of police officer families experience violence within the home. These homes are uniquely vulnerable due to the presence of a firearm. Also, the officer knows the location of shelters where assistance may be secured. The officer is also knowledgeable of how to navigate institutions in such a manner to escape penalty. And the officer also knows the colleagues that their partner would be calling for help. As of now, only one police officer at the scene of what took place with Tyreek Hill has been placed on administrative leave. The police union has stated that Tyreek was uncooperative, despite him providing his license and registration and asking the officer in a calm voice to not knock on his window aggressively. Rolling his window back up to keep cool from the Miami sun was simply a right which Tyreek was not entitled to. This is the very experience of Black people in America. And while there are several conversations around what solutions look like, one thing is clear. What Donald Trump is proposing has swift and immediate consequences. Vote wisely. Your future depends on it, because you never think it will be you until it is.